How do you take 59 novels, 10 short story collections, 5 nonfiction books, etc., condense that into a TV series, and then condense that into a podcast? It's the Watchers on the Couch, Castle Rock edition.
Down in Castle Rock. Down in Castle Rock.
If that becomes the actual music to the podcast, that would be amazing.
That would take some doing.
Welcome to the Watchers on the Couch Castle Rock edition. This is the preview episode. I'm here with my co-host and first-time podcast guest host, cat giver, dear friend of mine, Miss Debby Hodges. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We are going to take you on a journey through Stephen King's new TV series on Hulu, Castle Rock. And we have some familiar voices here on the podcast with us. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tim Pickerel and Mr. Mike Daffron.
I was told I had to be here.
Oh.
Like I was contractually obligated.
And to relate.
This is where I live, so I guess I got to do this.
Yeah. And immediately Debbie is calling you out for being late to the podcast where you want to be a producer on.
Right.
Work was crazy. I was at home on the computer.
I was petting my cat.
Hey,
So, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweating.
Everybody doing swell?
swell.
All right. We also have Lindsey over on the couch, and she's going to chime in here and there.
She's on the ones and twos.
I do what I want.
Is she? Yeah. She's. Is she an official guest? I don't know if she's an official guest. She's going to chime in once in a
Unofficial,
while.
official guest. Yeah,
Right.
It's up to you, Chris. This is your show.
Whatever.
Is this? I thought it was a cooperation
Well, it's
between me
my
and Debbie.
Well,
She's an uncredited extra.
yeah, whatever.
That's kind of fucked up. Not
She's
gonna
the
lie.
watcher on the couch.
Literally.
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 So, what we're going to do on this episode, here's my plan, guys. We're going to break down the show. We're going to tell you what it's about. We're going to talk about some actors. We're going to talk about some trailers. How's that feel to everybody?
What kind of trailers? 18-wheelers?
Double wides.
No.
You know, Ross has double wides for however much that
You know Stephen King's fan base is small town America. That's what he loves to write about. That's what people love to read about. So it only fits that we talk about double wide trailers.
Just a small town trailer in a horror world.
Did you say
All right.
hoary?
A whoring world. That's what this show's about, right?
Tell me Castle Rock's about a lot of whores.
But the whores.
Well, we're going to get into what the show's about. We're actually not 100% sure yet.
Because we don't even really know what the show's about.
Right. I mean, the trailer that came out yesterday as of this recording, which, by the way, we're recording this on Friday the 13th. Pretty spooky.
Outside Mike's Pet Cemetery.
The trailer, yeah, exactly. The trailer that came out yesterday finally sort of explained some things, but we'll get to that in a little bit. First thing I want to do is kind of break down, like, who's behind the show and that kind of thing. So, as I mentioned earlier, TV show will be on Hulu. It is classified as a psychological horror web TV show. So it's very specific. Warner Brothers, executive producer J.J. Abrams.
Ooh, so we'll have lens flare.
That's true. Well, I don't know how involved he is in actually like shooting the show.
Oh.
Just mean we're just going to have a mystery box that never has any answers?
Yes. I know he was involved in that Cloverfield Lane movie. Did you guys ever see that?
I did not.
Yeah.
Was that the only Netflix one? Or which one?
No, that was one with John Goodman. It was in theaters because
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it.
It was good.
You didn't even have to see the first
Yeah.
Cloverfield to be able to get into that movie. So
Yeah, I liked it. It was
I
good.
heard John Goodman's character in that movie is actually going to replace Roseanne in the in the next season of Roseanne.
believe he already has.
That'd be scary.
So
Maybe two John Goodmans.
that would be weird. So all that suffices to say, J.J. Abrams has some experience in horror, as seen in the Last Jedi movie.
Because it was horrible.
Just ask Jordan Wakefield.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Let's watch it again right now because it's a great movie.
This show is actually co-created by a guy named Dustin Thompson and
a
Sam
real name?
Shaw. And they were both involved in a show called Manhattan, Masters of Sex. And Dustin wrote a book called Rule of Four. I don't know if you guys have any knowledge of any of these shows. Or
Masters of Sex, yeah.
I know
that
what
HBO
one.
show.
That's Showtime.
It is?
Which is why I haven't seen it. But it's got
I mean, it's a show written about me, so
what's his face?
I'm
Yeah,
very
what-
familiar.
Michael Daffron is.
Yeah.
No, Michael Sheen is in it.
I know there's lots of boobs in it, so I figured Mike would know about it.
I don't actually. I've never watched the show. I think I've seen some clips of it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
One of these guys is also involved in the show Lie to Me. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. It was on Fox.
Saw a little bit of it.
Had
Is that Tim Roth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim Roth.
I have not seen it, but it was one that I wanted to see, and then it got canceled, so I decided not to see it.
Well, maybe we should go back and watch some of these shows.
Let's watch our favorite canceled shows and do a
Right,
watch
yeah,
us on
right.
the couch about that.
There actually is a podcast where they only cover shows that were on for one season.
I got some great ones.
As far as shows that were on for one season, right? That's usually how it works. Is like great shows are on, and then nobody watches them, and then they're gone.
I don't even know if they were that great. I just remember being on when I was in high school
Yeah.
and really liking them.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen with this show we're about to cover, or else this podcast will only last 11 episodes. Debbie think that's hilarious.
Glass half full.
That's right. So let's get to the premise of the show. And I took this from the Stephen King website. It is a battle of darkness and light, weaving King's best works into a story, or stories, we're not really sure yet, based in a small town in Maine. And that's pretty much how all of his shows and or books are based. They're all in Maine. They're all in one of 3 towns in Maine, basically, with a few exceptions that are not in Maine at all. But
So I'm gonna admit to something right now. I know you sent out all the trailers and everything.
Sure.
Haven't watched a single one of them.
that's okay.
So
I watched 1.5.
I'm gonna. So we're gonna have to treat me like I know nothing about this show because I know nothing about this show. This is not based on any existing Stephen King work. This is like an original thing.
Kind of.
Yeah, so what I'm gathering is that it's an original story based in Castle Rock, which is one of the towns. And it's going to incorporate some elements from stories, like people that have lived in Castle Rock at one point or another. There's a phone ringing. Gotcha.
Hello?
We got a call. We got our first caller.
First caller. Caller, go
Phone's
ahead.
Ringing.
Oh, the phone is still ringing, so that premise doesn't work.
Yeah, my mom's not answering it.
Great. Thanks, Mom. Mike D. Sound Room.
Yep. Thanks, Mom's basement. That's what the room should be called. My mom's basement.
Right. So yeah, the show's going to incorporate elements. It's really up in the air what that's going to mean so far. Is like maybe a character or two show up, maybe like a last name that is shared between people is going to show up, and so it's maybe we're going to see some like real deep cut stuff that only the most read up Stephen King fan would even know about. We will cover that on the show. And if we miss something, we'll come back later and be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, in that episode, this happened. We didn't mention it because we didn't know about it."
Missed it.
I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of that going on. So look forward to us making mistakes, is what I'm trying to say. But about the trailers, we're gonna actually break down some of the trailers, so you won't even have to have seen them. You can go back later and check them out. How about that?
That is so convenient. What a great podcast.
I know. We're
Try it
already
out.
off to such a try
How
it
about
out.
that?
We're already off to such a great
We're
start.
home right now.
So
Call man out.
all right, let's not reference other podcasts too much. People will have no idea what we're talking about if we get too deep into that. Home in and out. Try it out.
If you are a Watchers on the Couch listener and you're not tuning in for the first time for the Castle Rock, you know we reference your mom's house a lot.
Well, that's true. Okay, so
But right, you're right.
podcast.
No, you're wrong.
All right.
But you can continue.
Either way, I don't care.
Damn it, Chris, you and your white male fragility.
So obviously the show's going to take place in Castle Rock. It's one of the 3 fictional towns that he bases most of his works in. The other 2 are Derry and Jerusalem's Lot. Castle Rock's really like the most rural of those 3 towns. He's based several works in there, including but not limited to 2013's Dr. Sleep, which is the Shining sequel.
There's a Shining sequel?
Yes,
Is
there
that about,
is.
is that
Called
about Bill
Dr.
Cosby?
Sleep?
It is.
Dr. Sleep.
Runner up to Scammermania 3, by the way.
Rudy, I got something to drink. Aw.
I wish I could continue that joke, but I'm just gonna move on.
No, you're fine.
2014's Revival, Cujo, The Body, which is what they based Stand By Me on. Lots of short stories, novellas, that sort of thing. Castle Rock's reference in It, Gerald's Game, Sleepwalkers, The Stand, Dreamcatcher, Under the Dome, 11/22/63. So it's all over the place, right? The Mist, as I mentioned, Stand By Me, like it's all over the place.
Am I going to be able to see Duddits?
No.
Man, I need to watch some Stephen King stuff.
Well, the thing
Read
is, though, is
also.
they're very brief mentions.
Right.
Like, they'll
gotcha.
just like briefly say something about.
Yeah, the references is more of that. So like It, Gerald's Game, Sleepwalker, like those are more like one character is named that was in
Yeah.
Castle Rock or something like that.
Yeah, so like my Stephen King credentials are that list is really small. I've seen It, I've seen Sleepwalkers,
Debbie, you actually brought a list.
and I've only read The Dark Tower.
What list?
Is this show supposed to be like, so this world,
Oh, and I've seen The
all,
Dark Tower.
all of these things are in the same world, kind of?
Well, the Stephen King universe encompasses all of his books, all the towns that I mentioned.
Right.
So like they're all kind of in the same world.
They're all
it's
coming
like the
together.
View universe
That's
for,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Marvel Universe or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
right. So it's going to take place within that Stephen King universe. It is not written by Stephen King, but he is he's involved in the show. It's like basically what he does is he gives the rights to these shows for very little money, and then he kind of takes a backseat and lets them do their thing. But at the end of the day, he has the final say on whether the show goes or not. So, like, if he read a script that he thought was way off base, he would cancel it before he even got to this point. You know what I mean? Before they even started shooting anything, he has the right to cancel it.
Unless it's the Dark Tower movie.
He gave the go-ahead to the Dark Tower movie.
Oh.
So that shows maybe some not so good judgment once in a while. But listen, I mean, that thing was in
Tommy
development for like a
knockers?
decade, so it kind of went all over the place. Tommy knockers, I have no knowledge of. That's one of the ones I don't know.
I haven't seen the Tommy Knockers either. I've seen.
The Langoliers?
I saw the Langoliers. That was dog shit.
I
saw that when it was new.
I also want to mention, before we get any further, a lot of this kind of information that I'm throwing out there I got from this book called The Stephen King Companion. Yeah, what was that? Stephen King Companion. They've updated this book 3 times. The latest was in 2015, so it's almost up to date. It's by a guy named George Beam, Beahm.
Not a real name.
Jim Beam?
Not a real name, right? It's really good. It's super comprehensive. I read this book in a week, and it's 600 pages. So I know that doesn't like. Debbie is a speed reader, so that means nothing to her. But to people out there that don't read, they're like 600 pages.
Oh,
what
for
the
me,
fuck?
that's really impressive. Like, I'm a very slow reader.
Yeah.
That would probably take me like 2 months.
And I should say like a little
At
bit of
least.
this stuff is like critics talking about stuff, and I sort of skip that because I don't actually care that much what critics think about books.
Is there any erotic fan fiction in it?
No, but we could expand upon.
Just read it.
Yeah. Oh,
I've read.
do
the good
you
parts of
want
it.
to read that? Erotic fan fiction, though. Because it gets pretty weird.
What is it?
It's it.
It's
No,
it.
What is it?
No, when I was in 7th grade, in Catholic school, one of my buddies was reading it, and then he said, "Jesus, read this book." Like, what the fuck are you reading? You can't have that in school.
Child orgy.
I got, so to put it right out on Front Street, child orgy.
Or Chorgy.
So, we got off track. What titles are on that list that I didn't mention?
Oh, I don't know.
Go down the list.
I'll just go down it. It, Dolores Claiborne, Needful Things, Salem's Lot, Shawshank, Dreamcatcher, Night Shift,
Oh, yeah,
Green
Shawshank.
Mile, Misery, Hearts in Atlantis, The Shining, The Mangler, 4 Past Midnight, Different Seasons, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, The Dark Half, and The Night Flyer, which I don't know what that is.
I don't know what Night Flyer is either. But all that to say, there's a lot of King books, there's a lot of King stories. I believe I established that up top. It may or may not incorporate any of these stories, even ones that appeared in other towns. So what I'm trying to say is, who knows what's going to be on this show? Nobody does.
So wait, what's this? This is the...
That's a list of things that incorporate Castle Rock.
Oh, I got you.
Seems kind of silly, like that nobody knows what's going on in this show. But you're just like,
Well, because they didn't
I
show
kinda
anything
like that.
at first.
No, yeah, that's okay with me, but it's okay with me.
It's like,
but it
what
seems
is The
like
Matrix?
It seems hard to promote it, but I guess something like with streaming services like Hulu, like people can watch it anytime, and how things can pick up.
Yeah, and what's actually great about
I
the
think
open what's great about the
makes it okay.
open-endedness of this is that most of his stories take place in like small town America, so like people will relate to that already. That's why he's a successful writer, really, is that people relate to his stuff because it's just everyday people experiencing these awful things. Do you know what I mean?
Not these
the
city
outcasts, of,
folks.
right? The outcasts of
I really
society.
relate to this because there was a lot of child orgies when I was growing up.
Maybe not that example, but.
Well, like Cujo.
Yeah, The Shining. The guy's an alcoholic. I mean, fucking alcoholism is rampant in this country. So
Clowns are scary.
clowns are
I know
super
what you're talking
scary. So yeah. What I was gonna say, the open-endedness is great because like everybody knows all those other stories already. Why would they just redo one of those again? People have done that. People have done 2 remakes of some of his stories already. So why would they just keep doing that? Why not try it out? Why not try something new? I'm excited about it. I know it's kind of like, well, he didn't write it, and it's a totally new thing, so how is it necessarily a Stephen King story? Well, it is, because it's based on the universe, first of all, and he gave the go-ahead, so...
Yeah, he said so.
Right. So, accept it, damn it. Watch the show.
Yeah, all you angry people that we haven't heard from yet, accept this.
So, yeah, that's kind of the rundown of what the show is. And the next thing I want to do is go through actors, and I'm going to hand it off to Debbie for this. She
I made a cheat sheet.
She made a cheat sheet with photos and everything.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh la la.
I'm
Ooh la
not
la.
I'm not the only one that comes this kind of nerdy prepared to podcast now.
Well, I don't... Okay, yeah. So the main character is Henry Deaver is the main character.
Not a real name.
No. And that's portrayed by Andre Holland. So he is a death row attorney who hasn't returned to his hometown since the townspeople turned on him after an accident, of which he has no memory, killed his father, and left him the sole suspect.
That's a lot.
So that's Henry Deaver.
There's some divers.
Do we know him from any other shows?
I don't know. I can pull up IMDb while we're
No,
doing
that's
this.
okay. If we don't have it, then
He was...
He was on
Yep.
Meet the Divers.
leave it to Deaver.
I almost want to say Leftovers, but I don't know if that's right.
I think that's right. I did look. I don't know.
He's a young African American gentleman.
Right. The next person is... All they have for him is called The Kid, and that's Bill Skarsgård, who portrayed Pennywise in It.
Right.
Oh, Sam Skarsgård?
How many
Is he related?
Skarsgårds are there?
I think there's
there
4.
was one
Are
on
they
Watchers on Westworld.
Thor.
Who's the Skarsgård on
No,
Westworld?
that's not.
No, that's Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam
okay, you're
Hemsworth.
right. Never mind. Scratch that.
No, Alexander Skarsgård was on True Blood.
Are they related?
Yes. That's
So
that's his
these are
brother.
like the Swedish Baldwins or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Their dad is in.
Or the
It was
Australian
in
Thors.
Marvel movies. He was
Yeah.
in Thor.
That guy.
Hemsworth.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's their
why I
dad.
thought it was Thor.
Bootstrap Bill.
Yeah, well, because when we first started doing Westworld for the podcast, I listened to some other podcasts for Westworld, and people were like, "Oh, the lesser Skarsgård and the lesser Hemsworth." I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, which one's
Skarsgård?
who's the Skarsgård?
So there's a Skarsgård in it?
Yeah, in Westworld, it's Strand, Carl Strand.
Carl Strand is a Skarsgård?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. I think he's Father Skarsgård, isn't he?
I have no idea.
No. Father Skarsgård is the guy that's in Thor.
Okay, I'm trying to think of who Carl Strand is on the show.
Carl Strand's the bald guy.
He comes in, he's like, the
okay,
head of
so he's one of the
Dallas,
brothers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the dad's been in a ton of shit.
right, yeah, he's a well-known actor. But anyway, I wanted to say before you go any further on this, where did you pull the character information from? Is it on Wikipedia or something?
IMDb.
It is on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Ooh.
So there is some information out there, not just the trailers. There's actually some character information out there.
Yes.
I did not know that.
I've gone 10 years not knowing all these Skarsgårds are related. I didn't want to assume.
And they're pretty good looking too.
Uh,
At least these,
Some of them.
at least the Alexander and Bill.
Especially when he's Pennywise. Damn.
Well, when you assume you get a ass out of you and me.
I think they should all be naked on an iceberg, in like some show, like the entire family.
All
I
right.
would watch that.
Wait, what?
That's a True Blood reference.
Oh,
Damn it!
We did see him naked in True Blood.
Yes.
Like full frontal.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Yeah. We saw Ween.
I only watched the first season.
When he was on top of the mountain in the ice.
Ooh, like
And
on
he's got
top
a
of the
book?
mountain, like on Game of Thrones mountain, like.
No,
On
that's
top
that's
of that mountain?
that's fan fiction, Mike. We can write that if you want.
This is watching on the couch. I got to bring the references, right? Other shows.
So Skarsgård is great.
Yeah, so he's the kid, and
Brought us the chocolate cake.
he's the mysterious feral inmate discovered in a cage deep beneath Shawshank State Penitentiary.
And we'll have a couple of lines of his from trailer breakdown later.
I feel like you can't have this guy in the show and still have him be the clown,
He
Yeah,
can
you
do
can.
both. He can do both because you don't see his face in it.
Yeah.
unless he becomes the clown.
He looks nothing like you would not even think he is
Yeah,
Pennywise.
you saw the new one, right?
No, I haven't seen the new one.
Oh, you gotta,
You gotta
man.
see the new one.
It's so
But
good.
Is it better than the old one?
Yes.
yeah, it is.
Yes.
But the old one has Harry Anderson in it.
Have you seen the old one lately?
No, I haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
like
we
17.
we just bought that like
It
couple months
doesn't age
ago.
well.
No, it's funny now. It's pretty damn funny. I don't know why it caused me so many nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to ruin my childhood.
Too
It-
bad.
It kind of does, yeah, because it's not as scary.
Let's move on to the next actor.
Okay, so we have her character name is Molly Strand, and that's portrayed by Melanie Linsky. She was in. Why are you laughing?
Nothing.
She's related to Carl Strand.
No. No.
No, but she was in the FX show at Fargo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They've had different
She was
actors
the cop.
every season.
Yeah, she was the cop in Fargo.
Yeah, I think that was maybe season 2 or 3. She's great.
2, I think.
She's amazing on that show.
is that the Ted Danson season?
Yes.
I haven't seen that season.
Ted Danson plays her father, I want to say.
So anyway, she's the owner of a real estate business in Castle Rock.
Okay.
And then we have Alan Pangborn, which is portrayed by Scott Glenn. And
2
he's
first names.
the world-weary former sheriff of Castle Rock, now retired. He's familiar looking. I don't know. He's been in lots of stuff.
I don't recognize him, but
Good old Scott Glenn. Yeah, he was in, oh gosh,
Marvel
that
on
70s
Netflix?
show? Oh,
He's
sorry.
no, he was in Marvel's. He's the guy that he's Stick.
Luke
right?
Cage.
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil. He's
Daredevil,
Mm-hmm.
got it.
Stick. Daredevil,
Yes,
which is a weird name. Stick,
he's blind.
because he has a stick.
Oh, that
And then he
guy.
calls him a stick.
Fuck,
That's him,
that
right?
guy's awesome.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love that dude.
Yeah,
He's great.
I really need to catch up on my Marvel.
That's right. He's in
No,
the
you
trailer.
don't.
I knew that. I knew.
no, not really. I mean, you could fast forward through a lot of them on Netflix.
Ooh, yeah, Luke Cage. This last season, Luke Cage. Man,
I haven't seen the first season of
That
Luke Cage.
was a chore.
I watched part of the first episode. I couldn't get into
The
it.
only Marvel Netflix thing I've watched all the way through is the first season of Jessica Jones.
That's
Yeah,
a good
you
season.
That's good.
You should definitely check out Daredevil.
Yeah, you should do Daredevil for sure. Nick didn't like Punisher at all.
Maybe Defenders
I like
as well because
Punisher
it's
a lot.
short. Defenders was good because it was 8
Defenders was good.
episodes.
Do I need
That's
to?
the thing I don't understand about Netflix and like a lot of these Marvel shows because they do seem drawn out,
Dude.
like it's on a network, and it makes sense if it's on like a network
Yep.
to keep the audience in for advertising, to keep advertisers for more shows. But with Netflix, you could cut it down.
The
It'd
biggest,
be way better if like there were like 7 episodes.
Yeah, that's my biggest criticism of all of those shows is cut the fat, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of, how many
because
episodes
they
are
don't
there?
need to. It's Netflix.
How many episodes are there of Castle Rock?
There are officially, I think, 10 are listed, but they've only listed the titles of 4, so not 100% sure yet. I do know that for these first 4 or 3 or 4, they have a runtime of like less than an hour, all of them. So we're gonna run about 40 something to an hour of all these episodes, but I believe there's 10.
10's not bad,
sounds
really.
right.
If you're doing a good show.
They're putting 3 up right away.
Sometimes 10 isn't enough in my like Game of Thrones. I love so much, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I want
They just
every
keep
episode.
shortening it.
Like, you know.
Which, by the way, while we're on this subject, I do want to say, like, we're not gonna put up 3 episode coverage episodes like right away. I think we should take our time with them and not like try to put out all that content immediately. You know
Because
what I
the
mean?
first 3 are coming out right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So like, I don't even know if we'll necessarily have time to do a fucking 3-hour podcast right off the top of it, and you know what I mean? Like, I would rather take our time with them and really delve in instead of.
I think that'd be better. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
think that'd work better.
That's kind of my idea right now. We'll talk about it later.
Right.
Let's go to the next actor. Is there any more?
Yeah. So the next one is Ruth Deaver, which is Sissy Spacek, and that is Henry's adoptive father, who struggles with dementia.
She's a
Bernard.
dude? You said adoptive father?
You know, adopted mother, father, it's all fluid nowadays.
That's
It really is.
yeah. That's me presuming.
Maybe I have dementia.
You know
Who
what, Tim?
knows?
How dare you?
That's
She's Bernard. Is she gonna? Who knows? She might be the Bernard.
That's Westworld reference again.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
watch it with those because I've only seen up to season 2, episode 5.
No, I'm not giving anything away.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Just
don't
like
don't say
Bernard
anything.
is kind of like the narrator in a way. Mm-hmm. You know, you kind of see things from his perspective, and that's how things are kind of broken up a little bit. Because his memories aren't like.
Not in order whatsoever.
and he's also played by Sissy Spacek.
He's
Yes.
looking like some brain cum.
Oh my god, yeah.
Maybe Sissy Spacek is just.
She's looking Franco.
I guess we'll find out. I mean, it is a horror show. So.
Can Bernard light people on fire with
We
his
cannot
mind?
confirm whether or not she leaks brains.
Neither confirming nor denying.
Okay, and then there's 2 other people who I don't know really anything about. There's Jackie. Oh, except for her last name, which I found interesting. Her name
Okay.
is Jackie Torrance,
Oh.
and that's played by Jane Levy.
Well, they've never said anything about any Torrance relatives, so it might just be to throw a name in there.
It could be, but she was the only one that I was like, oh, that name.
Yeah,
I know
right.
that. And then the last person that they had listed as a main character was it's Dale Lucy, and that's being played by Terry O'Quinn, and he's the warden of Shawshank.
So, yeah, so
that water in the Shawshank.
we're going to...
He knew Andy Dufresne.
Are they going to make an Andy Dufresne reference?
Well, here's the thing.
They
we're
might.
We're going to get into trailers next.
Oh, okay.
Before we do that, I do want to say
Okay.
I have an idea for the show, and I wanted to run it by Tim. I'm not really sure if this is going to fly or not. But you know how at the end of Westworld, they have the coming up on the next episode trailer, right?
Yeah.
My idea for our show was that I will not watch it. Debbie will watch it, and we'll have a segment where she'll explain to me what the preview trailer is.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just throwing it out there. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know if we're going to keep that segment or not, but we'll...
I mean, I'm going to watch them regardless.
Yeah, you're
There's
going to
no way
watch
I
him and
can't.
I'm not, so, like, I feel like if we're going to talk about what could happen in the next episode, you're already kind of going to know a little bit, so we might as well talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. So that segment will be called Nuggets of Goodness, based on a text chain that Debbie and I have had leading up to this experience we're having now. So let's transition to trailer talk. We established that our guests here have not really seen much of the trailers. I know you said you watched like 1.5, but they did this interesting thing where like a year ago they started putting out teasers about the show.
Because that's when we started talking about it.
Right. So they've apparently had the show in the can now for a while.
I can bring it up when you watch it if you want.
I mean, it's. I don't know if it's necessary.
Okay, here's a good experiment. Just like Debbie's going to be watching, and you're not, as far as, the next on. Mm-hmm. Well, me and Tim haven't, so...
Okay.
Explain to us.
So, but here's what we'll do, though, okay?
All right.
So, the first 3 trailers, they were very sparse. Mm-hmm. They didn't really explain much. I was telling Mike before we started this, I actually kind of enjoyed those a little bit more than this one we're about to have you guys watch, because I don't really like to know much about a show before I try it out.
It reminded me a lot of how they did the Jurassic World preview trailers. They showed nothing except for what was happening in the first 30 minutes of the movie, and then as soon as the movie was about to hit, they were like, oh, here's actually what's going to happen.
Right. And I feel like those... they may have done a little, like, for my taste anyway, they may have done a little better with not even putting out this trailer we're about to show you.
Oh no, I loved it.
I know, but see, that's the thing. Is like,
no, you're
people have
you're
different.
You're gonna explain the trailer to us.
People have different tastes in trailers. So like, I don't really movies that or shows that I'm about to watch soon. I don't really like to dive into those because I'm about to watch the show. So why would I spoil shit for myself right before?
Spoilers all the time.
You're like all about it, except for Westworld. Don't say shit, Mike. So how do we want to handle this? Do you want to watch it, or do you want to?
No, you can talk about it. I think, unless it's up to you, man. Because this is now your guys' podcast.
So Henry walks into town.
Wait. Did you say are there 4 trailers?
There are 4.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And they're progressively more reveals throughout. So I did like that. I did like the build-up. I was hoping they were going to leave it at 3. But then they threw on one that was like a more traditional trailer. Mm-hmm. And that was yesterday, I guess. Or maybe 2 days ago. And at Comic-Con, which is starting today, I believe today they actually showed the first episode at Comic-Con. So
lucky bastard.
Yeah. So Debbie, what do you think? Should we play the trailer? Should we not play the trailer? Should we just break down the trailer without even watching it?
Playing the trailer doesn't do much good for the
listeners.
I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We cut it out and then. It's Dave Coulier in the couch cushions.
Oh boy. Full House references.
Fucking Geico commercial.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming, by the way. I actually have not seen that commercial because I don't have TV.
I've only seen it silently in another place where there was a TV playing.
Oh, okay.
We went out to dinner, and all of a sudden I look up at the TV, and somebody pulls him out of a couch.
Dave Coulier.
And you're like, that makes sense. Sure, why not?
Okay, executive decision. Play the trailer.
All right.
And we'll cut it out of the show.
All right.
Look, okay, so we watched the trailer. We're back. There's a lot going on in this trailer.
I would say there's too much going on in this trailer.
I would also agree.
Not gonna be.
That's kind of what I was saying earlier. Is like they maybe threw a little too much out there, and it becomes sort of confusing.
But we still don't know what it's about, so it
Sure.
doesn't really matter how much they throw at us.
Well, now from the trailer, it's established that they find the kid in a cage in the hole of the prison. So the what do they call it? The cell that's away from all the other prisoners. It's a dark place. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In a smaller cage inside of that hole is just this kid, and they pull him. And he's like, "How the fuck you get here, dude?" In so many words. So we at least know that, and then he calls dude on the phone and is like, hey, come to the prison. And he's like, why'd you call me, dude? Really breaking
You
this
sure
down
this takes
well.
place in Maine?
I wish I could do a Judd Crandall impression from Pet Sematary.
Oh.
Eddie from the Munsters.
Did you see they're remaking that?
Yes.
The Munsters?
Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
Maybe the Munsters too. at
It's
this
going to
point,
have
who knows?
John Lithgow, right? Is going to be the old man, I think, is
Yes.
what I saw.
Yeah, he's going to play Crandall. So, yeah, let's kind of break this down.
he makes a great, what's his face? Winston Churchill.
Who does?
John Lithgow. He's Winston Churchill in a show called The Crown. That's actually really good.
Oh, okay. I've not seen that.
He was really good on Dexter, too.
Yeah. Also good in Cliffhanger.
Also good in Third
Oh.
Rock from the Sun.
He's just good. I think we've just established he's just really good.
He's also good as William Shatner in the Twilight Zone movie.
He was William Shatner.
Well, yeah, I mean, they remade that episode for the movie. So, but Lithgow, not in this show, as far as we know.
Oh, nope. Mm-mm.
So yeah, we see a lot of stuff going on in this trailer. We do see that Shawshank is a main setting in the show. Literally in Maine.
We see the rabid dog newspaper clipping.
Yes. We see a lot. There's a lot going on. That's all I'm going to say.
In earlier trailers where they didn't show as much, they showed the warden's photo from the Shawshank movies.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't show that in this one.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know what to think about this trailer. I like it, but at the same time, like, I feel like when I start watching the show and be like, well, they could have not shown that. You
I
know?
still don't
Well-
think in context, like, we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
when you see it, like, you're not going to be like, oh, yeah, I saw that. I don't feel like
I don't think there's that much that's there.
It's
I
not
don't know.
spoiling anything necessarily.
All it did for me was help me to know whether or not Bill Skarsgård was going to be in it more than...
Mm-hmm.
Because when they originally showed it, it was just, like, one scene of him.
Yeah,
Is that
was
who
it?
you said was the guy? Is it when we were watching the trailer? Who was
The
the guy?
cute
You were
guy.
like, yeah, was that the cute guy?
That's
Bill
the cute guy.
Skarsgård, yeah.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, didn't they
Old
show
Billy.
him in the original trailer?
Is Billy the kid? No, I'm serious. He is the.
Yeah, he's the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Billy the kid.
Yeah, that's weird.
Zinger.
No, in the early trailer, I think they showed him standing in front of a bunch of people in masks. Is that?
In this one, they do.
In this one, they do. I'm not sure if that was the one you were talking about earlier.
No, I felt like they just showed him in the cell.
Okay. Yeah, it's very weird. It's intriguing. The trailer's intriguing, that's for sure.
I'm going to want to see some gunslingers in season 2. That's all I'm saying.
The trailer's got. It's actually does have me pretty excited, especially this last one that we just watched, because like the production quality of it seems really high.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah.
I wasn't even necessarily planning on watching this show, and now I think I'm going to watch it.
Hulu shows are very high quality as far as like being shot well.
Which other ones like
Handmaid?
I know, so that has high production quality.
Yeah,
totally.
Sarah loves Handmaid's Tale.
I
Well, yeah,
love
because
it too.
they only have to focus on so many shows, and then they can make them good.
Yeah. Whereas Netflix is
Netflix
not
just
doing
does
that.
everything now.
Right. But they just got
They're
boatloads of
cranking out
money to throw.
Adam Sandler movies.
No, but
Oh,
there
yeah.
are there other
The Joel
Hulu
McHale
shows?
show with Joel McHale.
What's up, Mike?
Are there other Hulu shows I should check out?
I don't know besides Handmaid.
Okay,
I can't
because
watch it.
I've started watching Handmaid's Tale. I'm in the second season, and I think I might be out.
Sounds too depressing. Like, Sarah absolutely loves it, but it's like, it's...
Lindsay can actually speak to this because she cries while we watch it
How's
pretty
this?
much every episode.
That shit's fucked up.
I don't know if I need another show that's just going to make me cry.
Say what?
I don't know if I need another show that's just going to make me cry.
Yeah, and I mean that's a valid criticism. Like people watch shows for different reasons. I could totally see
So,
why
hey-
somebody wouldn't watch Handmaid.
Fucking white bummer shows, man.
No, I cried during Jurassic World twice.
Oh man,
Why
that's a pseudo like kids movie.
do they eat
No,
Ian
no.
Malcolm?
Wait, I just
No.
which Jurassic World 2?
Yes. It made
When?
me cry twice. Okay.
Spoilers.
No. One is not a spoiler. It's what they show in the trailer. All the dinosaurs just jumping
Oh.
off like the side of the cliff.
There is one really sad part. Yeah.
Let's not spoil it.
It's not a
Brontos-
spoiler, but
the
it's
Brachiosaurus.
oh my god. No.
Can we not do this?
Yeah, that's a
That's all
different.
I gotta say. There's no.
That's a
spoilers.
different.
Anyway,
That's a different
all right.
Watchers show.
Okay, now I'm going to be
This is what
looking
the
for.
Watchers is.
Now
It's
I'm going to
about
be
TV
looking
shows.
for a
It's about movies.
Brachiosaurus.
No. And it's not spoiling anything. It's just you don't think about when you're watching the trailer, like
That a dinosaur death is
all
going to make
the
you sad.
dinosaur deaths. Yeah, and that just
And then it does because you love dinos.
wrecked me. I was so invested in those dinosaurs.
I really
Because then
wanted
I
to know where
cried
their
a
plot line was
second
going.
time.
Does this all go back to Flintstones vitamins?
Deadpool made me cry. The second Deadpool.
Oh, I could see why that does. I mean,
I haven't
there's
watched
some,
yet.
there's some definitely some stuff in the feels in Deadpool 2. I didn't cry. Lindsay almost did.
I
Lindsay,
cried. I'm
I
happy.
did cry.
sad.
I didn't almost cry. I did cry.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
I don't remember crying in Deadpool.
Deadpool
Wait,
2.
So
That's
Debbie,
what I mean.
So Debbie, you haven't watched Handmaid's Tale?
No.
Okay.
He said I should.
Yeah.
You
I
should
think
at least
give
try it
a
out.
Try it out.
So
Try it out.
That's-
can I
yeah.
can I tell
They
you
piss
why?
on them and beat them.
Oh,
No, can I tell you why I haven't tried it yet?
sure.
It's because the main character's a Scientologist.
Oh, you mean the actor?
Yeah.
Is a
Kate
Scientologist.
Moss?
Yeah,
is?
and that
Ooh.
kind of.
Yeah, I don't care because apparently Scientologists are amazing actors.
Yeah, no, I mean she can act her
Tom
ass off.
Cruise
I'm not
is
gonna
an
lie.
amazing actor.
I'm
I don't give a shit about his personal life, to be honest. You have
Tom
a good
Cruise
movie for
movies,
me?
I can't
Great.
do them anymore because it's just how weird he is.
I don't know. I
Well,
think
the weirdness is a different thing than a Scientology thing.
It's because
That's why
of
we
that,
shouldn't
though.
know that much about an actor's life.
I'm never gonna watch that fucking Mummy remake, but I am gonna have to go back and start watching Mission Impossible because I
This
really
new
want to
Mission
see this next
Impossible looks
one.
amazing, and I think it's because they've been pimping it out for the past 2
Dude,
years.
the last one was fantastic.
Yeah, Mission Impossibles are consistently good.
I haven't seen any of them after 2.
The
Don't
last one
Same
was
here.
awesome. Oh, they're all good. The
Before-
last one especially was good.
Before we move any further, I do want to say, Tim, don't watch that Mummy movie.
Okay,
I bailed.
you bailed.
I
on the
don't.
Mummy.
I don't bail on movies even if they're terrible because I feel like at the end they could come around and have something spectacularly awful, and it makes it worth sticking out. You know what I mean? Like there are movies like that where like I get to the end and something batshit crazy happens to the end, and I'm like, worth it.
Did you see Edge of Tomorrow?
I did not.
That movie is fucking badass.
That movie has 2 titles.
Live,
Did
Die,
you know that?
Repeat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow wasn't doing good, so they changed it once it hit like
changed
VHS to Live, Die, Repeat.
They
No,
changed
hey.
the title of a Tom Cruise movie.
I want to go back to that Mummy movie. Like, I don't think it was all that bad. Like, it wasn't like a fantastic movie, but it depends on what your mindset is of what you're expecting.
I
Sure.
want.
I was
want.
expecting
if you're-
Brendan Fraser.
I want a hokey Brendan Fraser, Indiana Jones type mummy movie.
I was expecting, Encino Man or something.
Well, you didn't get Encino Man, that's for sure.
No, but
Still,
like,
I've been pining for Encino Man sequel for years.
if you just want like a simple
Pauly
action
Shore's
movie
done.
that's kind of silly, go for it.
It's certainly silly.
It is.
I'll give you
But
that.
if you're looking for an action movie that's kind of silly, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the new Tomb Raider. I actually liked it a lot. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It was worth watching once.
I didn't hear that it was bad. I just haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
The
The lady in
reviews
it.
weren't that good, and it didn't do that well in the box office. But I don't know how well it's promoted.
The lady in it is spectacularly attractive. So
The lady in it is the one that is. She was just in
we're gonna get there.
Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
She plays Ghost,
Sweet.
I believe.
I need to watch that.
First Ant-Man or second Ant-Man?
Second.
Still haven't seen that either.
It's super cute.
I bet it is. Gosh, I
It's a
love
good
those movies.
it's a good palate cleanser for everything that just happened.
We've gotten way off the track here.
Does the wasp like sting people? Like
Yes, Mike.
like in the butt?
From her butt. That's where her stinger is.
Yeah.
and then she dies.
So in this trailer, we also see a mascot suicide. I'm a fan of that. Cece Spacek's in it, which is a weird thing because like she still looks the same. So
She
that goes to Tim's
doesn't.
point earlier about Skarsgård. Is like, can she be Carrie and this other character at the same time? I know she's older now, so it's like not really the same, but
I'm not
sorta
going to think
is.
of her as
Oh,
Carrie.
I actually thought she was gonna fucking start a fire with her mind.
She's got dementia. That
That-
would be dangerous.
That would be interesting.
I am interested to see what her character is because they don't give you really anything besides her crying in the
Actually-
trailer. So
Is Firestarter Stephen King?
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
Prodigy reference, Phantomore and
Rest
Prodigy
in-
references in the same
Rest
episode.
in peace,
My God, rest in peace. What?
Prodigy.
What do you mean?
That guy's dead.
Dude, don't do this to me.
I think he died like a few months ago.
What?
Yeah.
God damn you,
First
Tim.
time back.
Now Vinny. Now the Prodigy guy whose name I don't even know.
If Power Man 5000 dies, I'm fucking checking off this planet.
Ooh, I saw them live. It was dreadful. Is right.
Short black hair time.
Short, spiky blonde hair as well, with weird like skiing goggles.
Well, I mean, it was just that time period when you
Oh,
and I
yeah,
had
yeah,
short
yeah.
black hair.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Look at the internet for awesome pictures of Tim and I with black hair.
Well, you won't
Tim
see-
with hair.
Yeah, you won't you won't see me unless you're friends with me, and nobody's friends with me if I don't know you. I just purged my friends list big time.
Twitter actually purged all of Twitter of all the bots today. People lost millions of followers today.
Millions.
Womp womp is right. So what else did I?
I'm
have?
just picturing Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor going billions.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Christopher Plummer as Lex Luthor. saying
I had a couple of extra things planned if we had time for them. What time are we running at, Mike?
well, we've got that whole like beginning that we're not going to use.
Probably,
Well, that's like 10 minutes. So take 10 minutes off of where we're
right.
at.
So we're at about an hour.
Okay,
Probably less than an hour. Probably like 50 minutes, 55 minutes.
Well, then you got to take out 2 minutes for the trailer.
that's right.
Okay.
Okay, so
And then
we
you got to
do
take all that this out.
we do have time. That's Tim's job. Tim job.
Tim
by
job.
The way.
Hashtag
or,
team job.
or Mike job.
Hell, I'll
No.
give you a TJ.
Believe you called producer. You called dibs on producer.
What's a TJ?
Well, what's TJ?
All right.
You
Anyway,
don't know?
Can't
You
afford-
can't afford
That's a
it.
ZJ.
you can't afford it. If you gotta ask, you can't afford it. Okay, so I had 2 short games planned. I think we're gonna have time for both of them.
All right.
Sweet.
So this is just a little fun thing we're gonna do. We're gonna take the Elite 8 Stephen King TV shows as chosen cooperatively by me and Debbie, or Debbie and I should say, and we're gonna break them down to the best one. Okay.
Okay.
So I have them broken down here, and we're just gonna match them up against each other
We're doing
randomly.
brackets.
They are in brackets.
Okay.
I listen.
This is King of Mania.
This is King
Uno.
of Mania. And we're back with a pen. Okay, so the Elite 8 are. I'm just gonna list them all out first. It, Mr. Mercedes, The Langoliers, The Shining ABC from 1997. Oh, I did write the years down. I should have said that. Salem's Lot from 79, The Stand from 94, 11/22/63 from 2017, and Under the Dome from 2013. So there's your overview of what we're doing here.
It's awesome. I've seen all of 2 of those.
Good job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I've seen all of them. I believe Debbie may have.
I think I have.
Then if you haven't, I'll just choose. Okay, here we go. It from 1990 versus Mr. Mercedes from 2017.
It all the way.
I don't know about that. I'm going to have to say Mr. Mercedes because it has aged so awfully.
What's Mr. Mercedes?
It is a Newer King story about, let's see, a psycho that uses the internet to torture a detective, a retired detective. Detective comes back to track down this murderer.
Okay, so it's not the story of the killer car's son or something like that.
No.
No, a guy murders a bunch of people
Mows 'em
with a
down.
car.
It's the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock.
No, it's not.
Oh.
I
I still vote it.
I don't get it.
I'm not sure if I do either.
Okay, so we're split right now.
The detective plays Bad Eye Booty in Harry Potter.
Oh, that's right.
Say booty.
Yeah.
Mad Eye Moody.
Mad Eye Moody.
I thought it was McGonagall or something. What is?
McGonagall is a female.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Mad Eye Moody's like he's the
Man, I
he's,
suck.
he's the guy.
She's on Downton Abbey now, though.
All right.
He's the guy that in Braveheart he's William Wallace's friend with that he threw rocks with.
Gotcha. So let's get to choosing here.
I'm gonna say it because it's the only one I've seen.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna have to concur because that's all I've seen. Is it?
We can have Lindsay. Do you want to chime in?
Mr. Mercedes was a
Okay.
badass show.
Well, it moves on. We're gonna have Lindsay vote on each one of these, by the way, because that'll be the tiebreaker.
I love child orgies, so
Yeah.
I'm the
all
wild
in
card.
That wasn't in the
There was
miniseries.
yeah, that wasn't in the series.
Oh, miniseries.
Having Lindsay involved actually might help because she has watched most of these shows with me. So there's that. Okay, let's move on to the next matchup. The Langoliers from 1995 versus The Shining miniseries from 1997.
I have not seen the Shining miniseries, but I have seen the Langoliers, so I'm going to say The Shining.
Okay, The Shining ABC miniseries is actually what got me into Stephen King. It is the more faithful adaptation of The Shining, directed by Mr. Stephen King.
When did that come out?
1997?
Okay.
Question mark? No, it is 97. It is. It was good. It was. If you like the book, you like the ABC series. So, there's that.
I also vote for that.
Okay.
Because The Langoliers is shitty.
Yeah,
I mean,
Langoliers.
it's got Balky in it, but that's all that it's got
Well,
going
what
for
about
it.
Toomey?
I'm voting Langoliers.
Oh, all right.
It's
We got a Toomey fan.
Just
Bulky and-
CGI balls crunching away. That's what that
yeah.
movie is.
Mike
Yeah.
loves balls.
Well, I do. High in protein.
Lindsay, what do you think?
The Shining.
So
The Shining.
we're tied right now. I haven't said what mine is yet, and it is The Shining.
I would hope so.
Moving on to the next matchup.
Although I did not like that kid because he had huge front teeth.
Yeah, fuck that stupid kid.
God, I hate dumb teeth.
Don't you remember that kid though? With
Yeah,
his
oh,
teeth?
totally, yeah.
It bothered me the whole time.
Yeah, dumb teeth kid? Totally.
He also had a bowl cut, by the way.
Yes.
Gross.
He had a bowl cut.
Whoa,
Although,
whoa.
The original kid also bothered me too. He was like greasy.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Bikes.
So is this like a is this like a scramble mania, like a Watchers mania?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
It's the Elite Eight.
all right. The elitist, huh?
Elitist Eight. Because
This is the 1%.
Because I picked all these.
I mean, all of these prominently feature white people.
Totally.
It seems like only 1% of the population has watched all these. So
That's me.
You're like the Mitt Romney of the podcast.
Listen, I'm just a Stephen
I'm
King
just
fan. What can I say?
bullshitting.
Salem's Lot from 79
No, it's great.
versus The Stand from 1994.
I'm gonna vote The Stand
I'm gonna
because
vote,
I still watch that to this day.
I'm going to vote Salem's Lot because it's super 70s and awesome, and it has vampires in it, and The Stand is just way too long for me.
I know you have to commit your whole day to it.
Or like a couple of days, which is just ridiculous. Come on.
I've seen.
you do it all the time now.
You're right, I know.
Yeah, but
Shut
okay,
up. Come on.
okay, but let
Trying
me
to make an argument here.
let me try to sell The Stand here. You got the guy, the devil
Take a
guy,
stand.
the long feathery hair, and those super sweet tight jeans.
You talking about Randall Flagg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Randall Flagg.
I mean, if you don't find that guy sexy, I don't know who you find sexy.
He's got the Canadian tuxedo.
You convinced me. I'm definitely voting for Randall Flagg.
Didn't they remake The Stand? The Stand.
They're going to.
I thought they did.
No.
No, Salem's Lot. That's what I was thinking.
They're remaking The Stand into like 3 movies apparently.
Like feature length movies?
Yes.
Did they do?
Like It, where we're gonna have to wait a year in between.
Uh-huh.
That's annoying.
Did they do a more recent Salem's Lot?
Ooh, they redid it in like 2000 something. So not really recent, but I would have to look it up in the Stephen King Companion,
Did
which
it
I
have-
will do.
Did it have Doctor Who in it?
Hold please. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Which doctor?
Who?
David Tennant.
More like David Schmannen. I don't know.
You mean Kilgrave?
Yeah, that works.
We're not holding for me to do this. Continue with your conversation, please.
Oh, okay. I've always wanted to see Salem's Lot, and I haven't. And I like vampires, kind of.
They remade it in 2004.
Okay, it's not the same thing then.
Nah.
I'm thinking of something else.
Mine is Salem's Lot. Debbie's is The Stand.
It
Can you
also
buy
has
anything at Salem's
Gary
Lot?
Sinise in it in the stand, which
Does it have Gary Busey?
no.
Damn.
You almost had me.
Mike, what did you say?
Can you buy anything at Salem's Lot? Like a car lot?
It's like Salem's Big Lots.
It's a town. It's a town.
Molly Ringwald's in it.
I am Johnny Salem. Come down. Like Johnny Lawnmower Chevrolet.
Jesus.
We're very local. We are very local. These are all local
Hey,
commercials.
until we branch out, all right?
You got to do the theme song if you're
I
going to
gotta
say
please
his name.
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
I got to
There you
please
go.
our 5 listeners.
This is a tough one for me to pick because both of them are heavily featured in Dark Tower.
Mm-hmm. True.
And that's the only thing I can base this off of.
Sam's Lot, King's second book. This is a very faithful adaptation. Both of them are, actually.
That's why they're so long.
I like Maria
The books
Gallo.
are-
Fuck it. No, I'm going Salem's Lot.
Mike?
He already voted for the
Yeah, he
stand.
voted
Oh.
for Randall Flagg.
Yeah.
Go to the tie. Breaker. Lindsay.
Maybe I
He's
changed my mind.
committed.
Okay,
He's
I'm
committed.
I've never seen The Stand, so I'm gonna go with Salem's Lot.
Boom! Vampires, bitch.
Callahan.
Kala who?
Callahan Auto?
Callahan Auto.
Your next matchup is 11/22/63 versus Under the Dome.
I haven't seen either of them.
You
Me
haven't?
neither.
No.
One's the JFK
Yes.
assassination thing, and the other is Living Under a Dome.
Yeah. The JFK one stars
What
James
was that
Franco.
on? Was that on Amazon or
It
Hulu?
was on one of those. Yeah.
That's why I
So
didn't
bad.
see it.
The
I think it was Hulu.
The
I
JFK one was Hulu, and then Under the Dome was ABC.
CBS, I think.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It was bad.
Oh yeah, they canceled it.
Under the Dome was bad.
It was a
really
summer
bad.
hit. It was a summer hit. The first
It
season.
should have just been one season.
Yeah, well, they decided they wanted to make it longer, so they changed the story.
Yeah.
And when you change the story
That they
of a
did.
Stephen King show, people gonna bail. Mm-hmm. So
Well, I guess by that I will go with the JFK one.
yeah, the
'Cause it's
JFK one was a really good watch.
time travel assassination stuff.
They did also change the story a little bit in that, but it wasn't enough for me to bail on it. So
Was that just one season?
yeah,
that
it
two?
was a miniseries.
Okay.
So
All right, the next is Dark Tower movie versus.
does everybody? Is that a
Yeah.
unanimous vote?
It's a salad, yeah.
It's a salad, yeah, is what it is.
Green bean.
God, whispering.
Yeah, Jimmy, what do you think?
I'm stupid.
I don't.
Like tacos.
I don't watch.
Oh, Jimmy is here.
I don't have time for fucking TV.
Green bean.
I'm busy moving steps.
So let's go to our semifinal. It versus The Shining.
I gotta sell floors.
We have two very faithful adaptations besides Child Orgy. What do we think?
There's a creeper outside.
Oh boy, is it a cat?
Maybe if it's Sleepwalkers.
It's a lady. Hey, girl.
A cat lady? It's a lady with a bunch of
It
cats
is
all
a
over.
cat lady. She does have a cat.
It's his mom.
It versus The Shining. We love that cat, by the way.
I don't.
Mike D. Soundroom mascot. Mascot suicide. That cat's gonna kill itself.
I haven't
Podcat.
seen the cat.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have a
I
podcast.
pet her earlier. I had to.
It versus The Shining, guys.
It's all the way.
I gotta go with The Shining because I don't like the.
Don't make me
It.
fight you.
I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna
Shining.
go
You should check it out.
podcast Jimmy or podcast Jordan and go The Shining.
Mm.
What's up now?
Tiebreaker.
Jerk.
Am I always going
That's
to
a
be the
big
wild
jerk
card?
Yeah, you are. That's your position.
You vote last, so
Don't screw this up.
Well, you voted last so far. You could chime in whenever you want.
I've always loved The Shining. I can't help it.
Yeah, bitch. Thank you. This
right,
is actually
so-
turning out really weird, though.
Stanley Kubrick, The Shining, versus the Dark Tower movie.
Okay, so Salem's Lot versus 11/22/63. What do we think?
Back and to the left.
Of these two,
I haven't seen one of them.
which one is it you haven't seen? Salem's
11,
Lot?
11/22.
Oh, okay. Well, you like vampires, so
JFK was not a vampire, otherwise he would have come back to life. So I don't know if that influences your decision at all.
It totally does.
that would be a weird
swayed in the other
influence.
direction.
The assassin also not a vampire.
I'm just going the name here because there's too many numbers. I can't deal with all those numbers. Who can remember that? When you're trying to tell a friend,
Well,
like,
Jackie O
about
probably
the show.
Yeah, Jackie O remembered historians.
I remember Salem.
Fucking
There was
Alex
a lot.
Jones probably remembers.
You only remember Salem's Lot because you like the car commercials. Okay, so my vote is gonna be Salem's Lot, I guess, because I like that story a lot.
He likes vampires.
I really like vampires, so
It's super 70s and cool, though.
I'm going to go
It is.
time traveling JFK
All right, fair enough.
because I really like the idea of adding a vampire to that. They should do that.
He likes that idea, and for
that
that
idea
reason
that
only,
you came up with.
Yep.
he's gonna pick that one.
Just add a vampire to it. It'll be good.
It is in the Stephen King universe, therefore,
somewhere, Pennywise and JFK are in the same universe.
I'm actually not sure if that technically is in the Stephen King universe because.
Oh, you don't? The time traveling whatever is not.
Well,
the same
yeah,
universe?
because I don't know, like, we're involving real people.
Fuck, dude, all paths lead to the beam.
Fair enough, dude. You got me on that. Okay, so where do we stand here? Salem's Lot, 11/22.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going
Salem's
Salem's.
Lot.
Salem's Lot. Your
My
vote
opinion doesn't matter.
Begrudgingly.
Salem's Lot it is. I didn't see these two going up against each other, but here we go.
Well, we're all
shut
pretty
up.
much guessing. Well, like, a lot of us haven't seen all of them.
Well,
It's like, all right.
why don't you watch some? Why don't you culture yourself up a little bit, asshole?
Well, Jesus, Chris, you
Chris,
didn't give us
I
a
don't
lot
have-
of time.
I don't have the time,
I
you
don't
know,
have the
to
time
binge
to
watch all
watch it.
this.
Could you imagine?
Oh.
Can you imagine if we read all those fucking Stephen King books and watched all those TV shows and movies
I can't imagine
in
that.
the 4 days before we realized we were going to do this fucking episode?
There would never be a podcast on.
Actually, we had to discuss this
Unless
date
it's
like
Debby.
a week ago, right? So really, it was more than 4 days.
Okay, 7 days.
That's plenty of time.
Maybe for you.
Maybe you should have
Maybe
read the
speed
Who
Stephen
here
King.
gets to work
I'm super
from home?
jealous. I can't
Maybe
read that
you.
fast.
Maybe
Could
you
just
should
pop in
have
a
read
movie.
the Stephen King Companion, which covers all of his titles and
Which-
movies and TV shows. And
By the way, we should mention that book is not located at the Jefferson County Library.
that's bullshit. Maybe you should request it.
Yeah, fuck that library. I mean,
Don't you control like buying stuff there?
Don't you control the library?
Isn't it like your own personal
Aren't you
library?
the library
Should
queen?
be by now.
Okay, so Salem's Lot versus The Shining miniseries on ABC. What do we think?
Shining.
Anybody? Anybody else? Mike hasn't seen either.
I haven't seen either.
I've seen both. Lindsay, have you seen either of these?
I saw The Shining and Salem's Lot, actually. I've seen both of them.
Well, there
Okay.
you go.
Well, there we have a.
So how about you not vote last this time?
Yeah, let's. What do you
It's
think?
because y'all racist. Y'all racist as hell.
I don't- What?
I'm the darkest person in this room.
That's actually true. Olive skin.
I have a slight tan.
Oh
right
yeah.
here.
Well, then
I don't know if you
never
guys
mind.
can see this.
Then never mind.
you are so black.
Lindsay, what do you think? Which one? The Shining or Salem's Lot?
I love The Shining.
Okay.
That's 2 for Shining, 3 for Shining.
2. I don't know what
I didn't say mine yet.
he hasn't done his yet.
I'm also going to say The Shining. Shining wins.
Shining!
Shining!
And Shining!
Which, by the way, I think that this is kind of blasphemy for people that like The Shining movie. They think, like, that's the holy grail of all Stephen King things. That's the best that's ever been done. It has nothing to do with the book, pretty much.
Yeah, the only reason we like it is because Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, or if you like Kubrick movies, it's like the quintessential.
You know?
Or Shelley Duvall.
Oh, yeah, if you like Shelley Duvall crying,
She does it a lot.
that is the movie for you.
Yes.
I saw the remake
Or
of The
Popeye.
Shining, the movie
Yes.
remake.
There was a movie remake of The Shining?
Oh, yes. Or I dreamt it, I guess.
I think you did.
Apparently.
What?
I'm going to have to look this up.
Well,
Wait, go back. What did you say?
There was a remake of the movie The Shining.
I don't think that there was.
A remake of the
Like
remake?
a made-for-TV movie.
That's what
what
he's
we're
talking
talking
about.
Yeah, the miniseries, The Shining.
It had the guy
a
from Wings.
miniseries? No, there's like one movie.
It had the guy from Wings in it.
No, it
I
was
don't know
three.
who that
It was
is.
3 like 2 hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do fucking
Okay.
remember that. I didn't watch it, but now I actually remember it existed.
Okay.
1997, guys.
Yeah, the guy with the longer hair from
Yeah,
Wings.
from Wings.
To
yeah.
be fair, it was 21 years ago. I mean,
Wings.
That was
It
a
w-
good show. That's Thomas Hayden Church, motherfucker.
Let's go watch Arliss.
he's a 3 first name guy.
Yeah, he probably almost assassinated
Wait,
somebody.
is Church a first name? It is for a cat. Oh, bringing it all around.
Bringing it around. There we go.
Thank you guys for being on this extra lengthy preview episode of Castle Rock.
Hey,
You're
thank
welcome.
I want to thank Lindsey from Two Dope Queens for absolutely being on this episode.
If you guys want to support the show, you could do so through our Watchers Amazon link. That's at watchersonthecouch.com/Amazon, right? No?
Sure. I can set that up.
You don't have one?
Well, I updated the website.
Mike,
so the
what's your
Amazon
address
link,
that
the
they can
Amazon
send
link's
money
not in place yet.
Nope.
What else should we plug at the end here?
Send your Bitcoin to me. Yeah, follow us on the social medias, the Watchers on the Couch Facebook, Twitter is WOTC Pod, because Watchers on the Couch is too long of a Twitter handle. And Instagram, we're moving over from the Onyx Edge Studios one into our own Watchers on the Couch Instagram. So that should be up. Is there anything else?
You can follow me at Bacon and Naes on all the socials. You can check out my other podcast, Bacon and Naes,
Let's get social.
at baconandnaes.com, or all your iTunes is your...
No one cares.
Wow.
I didn't say it. You looked right at me.
I'm looking through you because she's right back there. But also I couldn't see your mouth, so if you would have said it, I would have been like, no.
No one cares.
Damn, I thought there was 2 of you.
Oh, shit. Mike, you got anything to plug?
His hair.
No. He's got
I ain't got involved.
Well, he's not at the bandana stage yet.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Oh, no.
Nobody referenced my turtle bandana this whole episode, by the way.
Well, it's turtles all the way down.
See? Told you.
The turtle, the world rests on his back. So we're going to wrap it up there. Nobody gets that, by the way.
I got it.
Well, I'm saying, like, listener-wise, or anybody else in this room besides you, nobody gets it. It's fine. Guys, it's in the Dark Tower. There's a turtle, and the world rests on his back. It's part of the Dark Tower mythology.
Turtle.
Speaking of which, I have a turtle head poking out. I'm going to use your bathroom. We're going to wrap this up. See you next time, everybody.
Bye.
On Watchers on the Couch, Castle Rock Edition. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.